Hi, this is Chris Steinbach. I'm a member of the Muscatine Rotary Club. I'm sitting here today with Marilyn Smith, who is also a member of the Muscatine Rotary Club. She'll be the person doing Muscatine Rotary Spotlight interviews, and we've had some trouble getting these up and off the ground, but we're going to do hers first here just to show that this does work and that we're making it a lot harder than it needs to be. So Marilyn, tell me how it is that you came to do these interviews in the first place.
Well, I have experience in doing interviews for KWPC and did over 100 of those as a freelance volunteer interviewer of people doing volunteer work in Muscatine. I retired from teaching school at Central after many years and decided I needed a new outlet. And our current mayor said he had just the venue for me, and I began doing that until the day I broke my wrist. Then I couldn't operate cars, buses, boats, planes, and push buttons, and so I gave up my job at the radio station.
And about how long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Okay. And you've been a member of Rotary for how long?
Many moons since I retired from teaching, which was in 1989.
And your husband is also a member
Correct.
of Rotary.
Yes.
And what do you get out of belonging in Rotary? Why do you think everyone should be a Rotarian?
Well, I think with Rotarians, there should be giving to the community and to the cause that Rotarians sponsor. There are lots of causes, and they need to pick something. The one interview that I have done for this Rotary Club, the interviewee said he'd like to see more people working in Rotary projects and not just having a delicious lunch.
So what's your plans for Rotary Spotlight? How do you plan to use that?
Well, that's the question of the hour. We have these small sheets of paper, and they were handed out to people in the Rotarian luncheon hour, and they suggested names of people that they'd like to have interviewed, that they'd like to know more about. So those were turned in to me, and I have a whole handful of different ones. Those then will be available to all members to learn more about, some old, some new, some in the middle. But the idea is to become better acquainted with the people sitting at your dinner table and doing your projects.
So if someone were to see this video and they were interested in learning more about the Muscatine Rotary Club, or if they wanted to come to a meeting or maybe join the club, what should they do?
They should contact Marilyn Smith at 263-6504. They should, or they can talk to the club president or Chris Steinbach, who is a good helper here. All of those people would be very willing to put your name in the list, and we have a whole lot of people already, so we are going to be busy when we get this thing going.
And when and where does the Rotary Club meet?
The Rotary Club meets at the Wesley Family Life Center in downtown Muscatine, and is served by Hy-Vee. And it's a very convenient place to have lunch, good parking, and good projects.
This has been a pretty short interview. We've talked for 3 or 4 minutes. There are probably many things that I haven't asked you, but if there was one specific thing you wanted people that might see this to know about you or to know about Rotary, what would that be?
That's a big order. I think they need to know the good works that Rotary does, because Rotary is worldwide, not just Muscatine, Iowa. And there is a bigger picture than Muscatine, Iowa, and lunch at Monday noons. And they have very worthwhile projects clear across the whole world. And Rotary needs that big picture.
Okay. Thank you for taking some time to talk to us today. This has been Marilyn Smith, a longtime Muscatine Rotarian, visiting with Chris Steinbach, who has not been a Rotarian quite that long, but is trying to help out with this project. Thank you for your time, and thank you anyone who happens to watch this.
My pleasure being here.